The next thing we'll see is how we can modify existing columns, not their name, but modify the actual column definition. So in this example, I'm altering the table suppliers to modify the biz name column so that it is a varchar 100. Whatever it was before, it is now a varchar 100. Now, we have to be somewhat careful with this, of course, because if you had a numeric column that you were turning into text, or text you were turning into numeric, or a date column you were suddenly turning into an int, that could cause a lot of issues. You want to be very conscious of that. But I'm just going to show you a simple example. Let's say that I realized I wanted something to be not null, and it was currently nullable, and I want to make it a varchar with a larger size. So we've got, I don't know, let's go back to companies. We have varchar 255 for name. Let's actually shrink that down. Sure. So I renamed that column to company name, if you remember here. Let's do describe companies. Here we are. We see that company name is varchar 255. So let's say maybe I want to add a default value, and I also want to make it a varchar 100. We're enforcing a shorter limit for our varchars. This is stupid, but let's just do it. So I'll do an alter table, companies, if that's still the name, of course, and then modify. And what am I trying to modify? The company name column. Whoops, this way. Company name. And now I can say I want it to be a varchar 100, and then give it a default value of unknown, something like that. If you put a company in here, we don't know the name, then its default will be unknown. Okay, so right now it's varchar 255. Oh no, I have these quotes there. That might cause me trouble. Let's try that again. All right, I run it. Let's describe, where are you? Companies. It's still called company name, but now varchar 100 is the type. And we see that default is set to unknown. And if I were just to quickly insert into companies, we have company name and address, values. Let's insert no company name, so I'm going to leave that off. That was the whole point I wanted to show. So let's only insert the address, and address will be 2554 Rose Lane. And if I now select star from my companies, we see the default for company name kicked in, which is unknown, and that's what we get instead of null. All right, so that's how you can modify a column by changing its type. There's also a second option. If you wanted to rename a column and change its definition, you can use change. So I use this less often because a lot of the time I might just want to modify an existing column, not rename it. But if you use change, you have to say the current column name, then the new column name, and then the new column definition. So this is saying take the suppliers table, change the business column, rename it to bizname, and set the definition to be a varchar of 50. So I don't think I need to show an example of that. It's the same concept, right? We just have to say old name, new name, definition. Whereas when we modify, we don't have the opportunity to change the name of a column, but it's simpler. We only say, here's the current name and the new definition for that current named column. Okay,